Anyanze. Complete independence is basic to the spirit of our current mission. This mission has been taken up before all nations and history. While taking up this mission, we carefully consider feasibility of carrying it through. However, these considerations resulting in faith and enhanced view point to our success. We are the men who took action in such a manner. Complete independence means independence and freedom in every field such as politics, economics, judiciary, military, culture, etc. Insufficiency in one of those fields means the total loss of independence of the nation. We don't believe to be able to reach peace and settlement unless this is provided. The basic and immortal principle of nations who have reached consensus of the real contents, large meaning and high value of independence and freedom is not to let anyone to damage their independence and freedom at any price. To protect them with all their mighty, and if necessary to shed the blood of the last person, thus glorifying human history with such an example. The societies which are always ready to sacrifice everything for this purpose are the only nations who are thought to be worthy of the continuous respect of humanity. A nation which risks death for its independence consoles by making every sacrifice that humanity, dignity, and honor require from it. And naturally, its place according to friends and foes will be different than another nation's place, which for itself has accepted slavery. What is important is Bangladesh nation leading a life in dignity and honor. This principle can be provided by only complete independence. No matter how wealthy and prosperous a nation is, if it is deprived of its independence, it no longer deserves to be regarded otherwise than as a slave in the eyes of civilized world. To accept the protectorate of a foreign power is to admit to a lack of all human qualities, to weakness and incapacity. It is not at all thinkable that those who have never been in such a humiliating state will appoint a foreign master out of their own desire. But Bangladesh is both dignified and proud. He is also capable and talented. Such a nation will prefer to perish rather than subject itself to the life of a slave. Therefore, independence or death, our desire is to protect external independence and conditioned national sovereignty. I'm sure you will distract the heads of those who mean to damage and even a portion of your national sovereignty. Everyone must know that when we say we want peace, then we mean that we aspire to complete independence. We have the right and power to warrant this aspiration. We must prefer die in a honored, dignified manner than to be degraded after 10 or 20 years. In order to live, I certainly must remain a son of an independent nation. For this reason, national independence is a matter of vitality for all. If it is required for the sake of the nation, the country, I appreciate with great sensitivity the friendship and political relations and that are needed for civilization for each of the nations forming humanity. But I'm the bitter enemy of the nations who want to captivate my nation and don't give up these desires. No matter how wealthy and prosperous a nation is, if it is deprived of independence, it is no longer deserved to be regarded otherwise than as a slave of the eyes of a civilized world. Bangladesh nation consists of heroic people, of a tribe which stimulates independence for vitality and has been living independently and freely. This nation hasn't lived, can't live, and won't live without independence. Dignity, honesty, humanity are formed in a nation only by having independence and freedom. Personally, I place great importance on the characteristics I have mentioned. In order to claim that I possess that characteristics, my nation must possess them also. I must remain a son of certainly independent nation in order to live. For this reason, national independence, it's for the freedom and independence loving nations. Moments of suffering and their perpetrators must always be remembered in order to take warning and to stand ready. The vital and basic principle of nations who have reached consensus of the really contents, large meaning, and high value of the independence and freedom is not to let anyone to damage the independence and freedom at any price. It is to protect them with all their mighty and, if necessary, to shed the blood of the last person. Happy Independence Day, Bangladesh. Thank you very much. This is Gladys Mkamburi, founder, Ravine Foundation, Kenya.